Hey, what's up everybody? This is that $5 Laserdisc player I picked up. It's Pioneer CLD-980 from 1990. And pretty sure this is the oldest one I got in my little collection. Anyways, glad I only paid $5, man. The guy was going out of business at one of my local junk type stores or whatever, secondhand stores. So it's kind of just name your own price. He's just trying to get everything that he can sold so he doesn't have to blow a lot of money on storage. So anyways, when I got it home, I popped in a disc and it played up to about chapter 5 and then started making this horrible grinding noise. So naturally ejected the damn disc and turned it off real quick and took a look inside of it. And what it was the track for the coggle to make the laser go back and forth. Had a crack in it. So anyways, I got it all repaired last night and also reinforced it with hot glue. Real easy fix. I want to say, man, for this, what I did, all I did was take the cover off and put some glue on it, so really no skill needed in the way of mechanics. And on getting at that part, you just hit the eject so the tray will pop out and then unplug it, and then you can manually, very slowly move the laser back down the track thing that's on so you can get at that part easy. And this thing, being 1990, man, it is very basic on all the functions. Basic on how you operate it, and pretty basic on how it plays the disc. Nothing like that last one I showed where it literally flips the laser over to play both sides. So, turn it on here. Show you all the awesome functions this thing has. Anyways, this area here, that's just all the little lights that come on for power and play and whatnot. And then can't read it there because of the reflection in the video, but just this little area here is your info panel to tell you what track your CD is on or what chapter your movie's on. Nothing else. And so far, got one movie to work, well, a couple movies that showed the number for the chapter, and then I had another one to where some of the older Laserdiscs don't have that. It just plays outright. And I think you can skip chapters, as I didn't even bother, but it just doesn't show it. As in, they kept gradually evolving these, kind of like the VCRs and stuff. Anyways, on other functions for playing the movie or CD, you got your eject, play pause, chapter or track skip. I don't think it's got fast forward. I don't know if you can hold down on one of those or not. And then intro scan, which I don't know if that has to do with the movies or the CDs, and then stop. So, yeah. Pretty nice, rugged, thick tray here. It's Pioneer, so nothing feels really cheap or flimsy about the tray. Seems nice and sturdy. So pretty much other than that one part, man, this is not a bad player. It is older, but it's not a bad player, man. It's lasted this long, and on cleaning it, when I first tried it, I pretty much just gave the outside a wipe down. I did not open it up first before playing a movie. I just wiped down the top, as in this sucker had been sitting on a shelf for a while, so it was really dirty on top. And then ejected the tray and gave it a good wipe down. But I have not touched the laser yet. And on that first test, finding out what's wrong with it, man, until it got to that bad spot, it played beautifully. Just as good as my others. And really just acted like there wasn't anything wrong with it. As in, I'm still going to clean the laser lens so it'll play better, but really decent laser in it. So, let's see, check this sucker. So I'll show you. I'll get it all set here so I don't have to mess with it while I'm standing. the laser is on a metal piece, so it's got one part facing the front of the machine that's kind of bent up that you can push on, and then part in back, so it moves kind of hard. It's not like just an easy slide the way it moves, so just go really slow until it's back far enough to where you can see that whole piece that you need to work on. And before I show you here, I'm thinking, just because it's kind of where the stopping point is, I'm thinking it's our weather here with our heat and everything, and just setting too long. It could have happened while it was at his shop, or it could have been the previous owner or whatever, but I'm thinking it's just the pressure of the coggle hitting against that part, and then just the heat caused it to crack and separate, because it's got a little bit of pressure against it, but not much. So put the sucker on hold. There. Someday I will have a new webcam. This thing is a pain in the ass. Here's the area that I worked on, and right off the bat, all that stuff that looks like dog snot, that is hot glue. As in, for being an expensive Laserdisc player, that part there is pretty freaking flimsy. As in, there's the strip that's got teeth on it, the coggle hits to make this piece go back and forth. It's pretty damn thin and not very wide from top to bottom. As when I first saw it, I was expecting that it was just an L-shaped piece of plastic to where one part stuck to the metal bracket here that holds the laser, and then the other part was just bent up. Nah. The only thing holding that on, and they're kind of hidden there, are these plastic fins that go about every centimeter. Otherwise, there's an area below this where you can see light going through. So, not much on reinforcement there. That's why I did the hot glue. But anyways, the brake was right there. Hard to really show, but yeah, it kind of shows a little bit right in that area where my fingernail is, but that's just a tiny, I mean tiny bit wider, because it was an old brake and I could not get both pieces to totally match up flush. So I just dripped a little bit of glue in there, as in super glue, let that dry, and then just back this whole thing. So if it happens again anyplace else, just from the pressure of that coggle hitting it, that hot glue that's back there will keep it from bending inward, because that's what it was doing. It was folding inward towards the front, as in the brake's right there, and it was just jamming it up. It couldn't get past it. Otherwise, on other stuff to fix, as in, I don't know about others, but so far that's the only rubber band I can find, and it still seems okay, but that's easy to get at. If that breaks, and that you'd have to get online and find parts list for this or something, or find somebody that works on them to find out what size. But if you take out that screw there, this whole bar lifts out with the laser attached and stuff. You can carefully kind of get it out of the way, watching out for this ribbon cable here not to snap it or crimp it, and then get at that real easy. That's one thing I do like about this, man. It's simplistic enough to where everything is right where you can get at it. I like that. Then on loading the movie, everything drops down, and then this piece here just clamps it in place. And that's it, man. There's not much to it. So, on any other kind of repairs on this, I say, man, that was really easy. Anybody could do it. On anything else, like chips or whatever, check here on YouTube. In fact, I just found some guys that was he was repairing either 1 or 2 players for one of my YouTuber subscriber dudes. I believe it was for Seasons. He collects Laserdisc players and movies. So this guy was going through them and getting them all fixed up. So you can find videos on repairing them, but it's usually something simple that they could show easy on cam. Because some of these puppies, like my other ones, you really got to take a lot of stuff apart, and I mean, it would be a long video just taking it apart, let alone showing how to do the repair. But he does good. I just can't remember the guy, man. I just saw his videos last night when I was trying to find info on this. And on this one, can't find much info on this one on YouTube. Probably because it is a 1990, so there may not be that many out there. But you can check other sites. There's some out of the UK and other places and stuff to where they're dedicated to preserving these old boogers, to where you might even be able to get at least a newer used remote, or just get info on repairing it, or once they send it in to get it repaired, once again, $5. Don't spend more than maybe, if you know it's in good shape. Most I'd spent on one now is $20, man. The first one I got, I spent a bit, not a whole lot, but it was, I think, $40, and it was in good shape. But now that I know I can find them occasionally, nah, man, 20 is as high as I go, and it's got to be in awesome condition. Because the last ones I got, man, hell, my double side player, that was like $13-14. And then the one before that, I got in Lake Havasu at a thrift store. That was my Yamaha player. That was $20 or $25 at most. So they're around. This just happens to be the cheapest, and this is the one I'm going to be using to play movies. And I'll just use it till it dies, so I don't kill off one of my really good ones. But looking at all the circuits and stuff inside on the board, man, everything looks really good still, so it may last a long time for me. I only play the Laserdisc movies occasionally. And on them, man, other than finding some at that one thrift store, and then that one lady that I got the big box of them from through Craigslist on a freebie, or no, it wasn't Craigslist, it was FreeCycle. Don't know about anybody in my area, if anybody local's watching, because there's a lot of takers on FreeCycle and not many givers. But any place else, I'd say sign up for that site. Because I mean, I got that whole freaking box full of Laserdisc movies for free. She was moving them, they were her parents, she didn't give a shit. She only kept the ones that she wanted to hang up on her wall, which was like a handful. So, got a lot of movies for cheap, as in free. And on the ones that I picked up from the thrift store or whatever, or antique store, those were pretty cheap too. So, catch y'all later. I do have another cool thing to show you guys, but I'm going to do the same thing and show it to you after I get it repaired. It's a pretty simple repair, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it or not. I was going to maybe mess with it tomorrow, but it's happened to go get the parts. It's too close to Christmas, but it's one of those things to where I can get the parts at a hardware store. So, cool. And it's something that takes me back to my childhood, as I had one when I was a kid. So, another video coming up soon enough. Later, everybody. Have a good Christmas, Hanukkah, Hamster Day, Gerbil Day, whatever, Cat Shaving Day. Catch y'all later.